for that, Jono. Well, Stephen Mango arrived in Los Angeles as an aspiring actor, bright-eyed and looking for stardom, but instead he got sucked into what he calls Hollywood's most dangerous, secretive and famous cult.
The world of Scientology intrigues us all. Its glamorous followers are some of the biggest names in Hollywood. But behind the world of glitz and glamour lies a dark, money-grabbing, suppressive world. Stephen Mango fell into this world and it nearly destroyed him. He's now bringing to light all of their secrets, how they lure you in and control every aspect of your life.
And Steve joins us live now from Los Angeles. Steve, welcome to Studio 10. Thanks for sharing your story with us.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
So, how exactly did they lure you into the religion?
Well, I was a new actor to Hollywood, and I was looking how to break into the industry. So I was reading one of the actor trade newspapers, and I saw an ad, how to break into the industry, how to get an agent, how to get a manager. And those were all things I wanted to know how to do as a new actor coming to Hollywood. So they got me to come into the Scientology Celebrity Center, and it was a bait and switch for Scientology recruitment.
And Stephen, what do Scientologists actually believe in? Because they're very secretive about this, but it's all about aliens and someone called Xenu and all crazy stuff. You've got the colour spectrum that you've got to go through until you achieve pure white light or whatever. Just take us through some of the basics.
Right. Well, it starts off as self-improvement. They have courses on pretty much anything from how to get motivated in life to how to solve financial problems. So they figure out what's wrong with you. So for me, I wanted to be an actor, and you go through like rough times trying to, when you're auditioning and stuff, and they're like, well, we can give you self-confidence, and then they start telling you about their beliefs. So one of their main thing is what's called the reactive mind. And the reactive mind is what holds you back in life. It stores your fears, your pains, your upsets. And they say, well, you can go through a process called auditing to get rid of this part of the mind.
Yeah, it sounds like you're it's brainwashing and manipulative to such vulnerable people like yourself wanting to be an actor in Hollywood. Can I ask, I know, Steve, you ended up donating over your 4 years $50,000. Did they ever mention what would happen if you didn't have any money to donate to their wonderful church?
You need to have money to be a Scientologist, regardless of what they want to tell you. I was locked in rooms with these, they're salespeople, registrars. They lock me in the room and they say, okay, we're going to do whatever it takes to get this money. They'd all start applying for credit cards on my behalf. There'd be like 5 of them in the room. And they say, well, we have people higher up in American Express and other financial institutions who could underwrite and approve this loan for you. Even though if you're not qualified, we can get you the money. Or they'll say, no, do you have any investments? Do you have any gold bullion?
Is this, Steve, sorry to interrupt, when you went, okay, there's something seriously wrong here, I've got to get out? Was that the moment?
That's the thing. You're on these programs and they're brainwashing and they have mind control and they have traps in there. Of course, I said, well, they're asking me for all this money. Something's not right. But, it took a little bit longer for me to start waking up because you can't read the internet. You can't read the newspaper as a Scientologist. So they kind of like keep you in this sort of, closed world. Right, they keep you in this bubble.
How long were you a member?
I was a member for 4 years.
And Stephen, it's really interesting listening to you talk about this and how they managed to sort of remove you from the rest of the outside world. I've had just, I suppose, a tiny experience with Scientology in terms of when my husband went to interview someone who was involved with Scientology, he had to go through a sort of an education course and then was taken through a psychiatry museum.
And who was that someone?
That was Tom Cruise.
Oh, right.
And then at the end of that process, because my mother has a mental illness and I understand that Scientologists don't believe in psychiatry, and Peter was grilled about my mother. So it was really quite, frightening, I suppose.
Oh, right, yeah, they are completely anti-psychiatry, anti-medicine. So say, for example, if you have a headache, you can't take a Tylenol for it because they believe the Tylenol just suppresses the headache. And the processes of going, through auditing are the ways to get rid of, all your illnesses, because they believe all illnesses are psychosomatic. It's caused by the mind.
Stephen, I guess the question we have to ask is, how did you get out after being controlled and brainwashed for 4 years? How do you walk away from what many people call a cult?
Right. Well, it took a really long time. They would call me up to 40 times a day on my phone when I stopped showing up to the church. And I actually had to move out of my apartment. I had to go somewhere else. They were showing up, to my house, to my job. It was just, I had to actually physically remove myself from where I used to live.
Oh, gosh.
And Stephen, why is it that so many actors, people would not have heard of this crazy cult were it not for the fact that so many high-powered millionaire actors just gravitate towards it like moths to a flame? Why is it? I mean, is there a particular type of narcissism that it attracts? Is it that you can buy your way to enlightenment?
Insecurity?
Right, well, L. Ron Hubbard really praised artists. He loved actors, and when you go into the Celebrity Center, actors are just... they're people who,
they're easily malleable.
You need help in life. You need help in life, and you're trying to break into the entertainment industry, and they're promising you the answers. They're saying, just be a Scientologist, and we have the connections. We can make you a star if you just, be a Scientologist and you help promote our message.
Is that why Tom Cruise is a star?
I'm not sure exactly if that's the reason or not, but they have connections, and,
They've helped with everything since
help.
Wasn't it Mia Farrow who converted him all those years ago? I'm not sure. Look, Steve Mango, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much for sharing the story. It is
great. Thanks so much for having me.
And if you want to watch Stephen's full documentary inside the Scientology Celebrity Centre, you can see it on his YouTube channel, Mango Man 7591.